Am I scared with the current price of Bitcoin at $87,000 as low as $86,000 earlier today? No, I am not scared. I am not worried. I am defiant. So why do I feel defiant? Well, the answer is because I know I'm right and I've done the work. I've spent thousands of hours studying Bitcoin. I've done all the research for everyone who ever disagreed with Bitcoin. I've read all the books, both pro and against, especially everything against Bitcoin or everything that thinks Bitcoin's going to fail or there's flaws or anything like that. I have read it all. I have done more due diligence than probably any human just about can. I mean, I don't know how you could do more due diligence. And so at a time like this, when Bitcoin is down, and you can just look at it, I'm like, it's down for stupid reasons. The same reason I was buying a bunch of Bitcoin in 2022 with the price under $20,000 per coin. I'm like, nobody realizes that Bitcoin had nothing to do with FTX. The FTX exchange blew up in 2022 because of financial embezzlement and shenanigans. It had nothing to do with Bitcoin. There was nothing wrong with Bitcoin. So I feel the same way right now that I did in the major dip in 2022, which then recovered over the course of 23, 24, and so far, even though it's been mostly flat in 25. I look at it and I'm like, look, we had a major dip in 2024. We had a major dip in 2025. I feel the same way. I'm like, nobody gets that the fundamentals of Bitcoin are the strongest they've ever been. Nobody gets that there's no good reason to sell Bitcoin right now. It doesn't make any sense that people are acting the way they are. And so you know what? That's fine. I'll buy more Bitcoin, just like I did over this past weekend. I mean, what was that? 5 days ago? 6 days ago? Whatever it was. I sold all of the gold and silver I had bought back in 2017. And I bought more Bitcoin with it. Hundreds of thousands of dollars of additional Bitcoin at $95,000 per coin. Now, could I have gotten it cheaper now? Yes, but of course, nobody knows that. Nobody knows how deep this dip might go. Literally, nobody knows. Nobody knows. And I know that nobody knows because Michael Saylor has spent hundreds of millions of dollars buying Bitcoin radically higher prices than today. And Michael Saylor knows more about Bitcoin and knows more people in Bitcoin than anyone else on the planet. He has bought more Bitcoin than literally anyone else in the universe. He owns more than 3% of the entire supply of all the Bitcoin that will ever exist in his company called MicroStrategy, now called Strategy. So who cares? 95,000 is a fantastic price for Bitcoin, and I'm glad I did it because I'm not stupid enough to wait around and see if $87,000 comes along. I'm not going to let $95,000 Bitcoin stare me in the face and then hope I might get another 10% or 12% discount. Come on, that's just dumb. So I'm not going to be dumb. I feel defiant. And it's like, you give me Bitcoin that's on sale, I'm going to take that Bitcoin that's on sale. And when Bitcoin goes back up, which it always does, based on anyone who's ever been around Bitcoin ever, it always goes back up because of its underlying fundamental monetary properties, which is the whole reason you own it, is because it has superior monetary properties to anything else that exists in the entire universe. And if something has superior monetary properties as compared to anything else in the universe, it will get adopted as money, which is exactly what's happening right now. Bitcoin is being adopted as money around the world, slowly but surely. It's new technology. New technology gets adopted slowly. It takes a long time for people to understand new technology and embrace new technology. That's normal. That's the case with all new technologies, including the internet. It took decades for people to fully embrace the internet. The internet's been around since between 1969 and 1981, depending on how you want to measure it. It took like 2 or 3 decades before it was pervasive. And, Bitcoin's new. I mean, it started from zero in 2009. And, 2017 was the first time most people were even aware of it. And again, most people haven't even heard of Bitcoin until 12 years ago. Actually, it was 2017. No, it was 8 years ago. It was 2017 to 2025. It wasn't until eight years ago that people have even heard of Bitcoin. We're just early. So yeah, I feel defiant. I've already bought as much Bitcoin as I can. If I get a liquidity of any kind, meaning US dollars in the door, I will buy additional Bitcoin. In fact, at some point, I am due a tax refund from past year taxes that should hit, sometime in the next 8 weeks. The sooner the better. You know what I'm going to do as soon as it hits? I'm going to buy more Bitcoin with it, regardless of the price. Why? Because I feel defiant. I feel defiant because when the world is being stupid and I'm not being stupid, I'm going to buy a bunch of Bitcoin. And then when the price recovers and everybody figures out what I already know, which is Bitcoin is better money, and the reason the prices are down right now makes no sense, when the whole world figures out that, I have more Bitcoin. I have more flexibility. I have more ability to positively impact the world in all the ways I care about because I bought more Bitcoin when it was on sale. So that's how I feel about it. There's no reason to be scared. There's no reason to be worried. If you can buy more Bitcoin, buy more Bitcoin. It's on sale. It's not that hard. Buy as much Bitcoin as you can. Hold on to it for as long as conceivably possible. And it's just that simple. It's just not that hard. So, anyway, do I feel scared? Do I feel worried? No, I feel defiant because I know I'm on the right side of history here. And the right side of history I'm on, everybody's going to agree with me within 12 months anyway. It's not like we have to wait a generation for everybody to know that Bitcoiners are right. We just got to wait to get past this dip where the market's being irrational and people start pricing Bitcoin again based on its fundamental values, which takes a little bit of time. Could be weeks, months, days. I don't know. It might be a little while, but that's fine. It'll happen in the near term. We'll go to all-time highs. It's just not that hard. So I'm not scared. I'm not worried. I feel defiant. If you can buy more Bitcoin, buy more Bitcoin. It is radically on sale right now, which is fantastic.